Hi, and welcome back to Joel's DIY. So today I have a turntable to demo and sort of review. This is a GEM Sound New York, The Power of Light and Sound, BJL-1150. So there's very few demos online, or on YouTube at least, of this turntable that I've seen. I tried to read some or look at some before I bought this turntable, but the price was decent, what I paid for, and so I ended up picking it up. There's a few things that I've done to it just to repair some of the things that were wrong with it. One being that it did not have a stylus. It had a cartridge on there that was basically the same one that the Technica LP60 uses. That's been switched out with an Ortofon Omega. Decent stylus and cartridge. It's one of those. I had this on another turntable that I long since sold. But what caught my eye is that this turntable is very similar to the Technica LP120, from the little strobe light thing that's there, to the speeds that you can do, to the button, the speed knobs. I mean, it doesn't have the 78, but that's fine. And then you got your pitch control, pitch adjustment. And the tone arm is similar, although I think the Technica has a nicer, more sturdier tone arm, and it has an adjustable, I guess, platform for the tone arm. It does have a similar anti-skating adjustment, and you could definitely have the counterweight adjustment. But this part right here is just plastic, and it was a little loose, but I was able to fasten it a little bit so it's no longer wobbling. Didn't have a 45 adapter. I just picked this up recently for it. And then another thing that might surprise a lot of you is that this is not a direct drive turntable. This is actually a belt drive turntable. I found that out online as well before I bought it, so I knew what I was kind of getting. But I've switched out for a new belt, which helped a lot with the pitch control, because now the adjustment is minor on the pitch. Yeah, so, and then I can actually undo the belt for a second and kind of show you what's underneath. See if I can do this one-handed. I guess not. Let me try it getting this off. So I just had to pry that off with both hands. But there's what's underneath the platter. So you can see there's adjustment for different currents. It's still a little dirty down there because I haven't had a chance to get my air compressor in there. There's the motor for the belt drive and the spindle. I'm just gonna go ahead and just put that right back on there and see if I can just snap the belt right back on there one-handed. Yep, I can do that. So I'll put the mat back on there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the back and see what we got here. You got your typical right and left and your ground. The nice thing about this turntable is that, unlike the Technica LP120, this model does not have a preamp, so therefore you can just play this directly into either an amplifier that has a phono input, or you can get a preamp and play this on your regular stereo. But I always prefer to get just an amplifier with the phono input, so that way you get the best sound out of the turntable. And then you got the model number here, BJL-1150. And it does not say where it's made, but from what I can gather, it looks like it was, there it is. So this is made in China. And the GEM Sound company, I guess, is from Brooklyn, New York, or the Bronx, New York. So yeah, product of China. So the plan is that I'm going to go ahead and just demo this. I got a a nice little Yamaha amplifier that I picked up, about 70 watts per channel. I'll go ahead and show you that now. Okay, so this is the amp that I will be using to demoing this turntable here. So this is a Yamaha Natural Sound AV receiver RX V595. This is a receiver from around 1999, made in Malaysia, but it's got really good sound. I actually demoed a record before I actually started preparing for this demo, and I'm very content with the sound that it was giving me. I don't know if it's the turntable or if it's the stylus that I put on there, but this Yamaha did a really nice job of giving out very good sound. I also have these speakers here. These are my NS A595 with that pile modification. Oh, that cone is pretty damaged. I gotta solve out that subwoofer at some point. But the speakers work good. This one vibrates just a little because of that broken cone, but this speaker is still in pretty good shape. I mean, you could see it, that subwoofer there, and someone replaced the subwoofers. I have no idea if they just blew them out and they had to put new ones in there or something, but I bought it that way. But these speakers, you know, they've done well for the demo that I've put them through. So, and I was very content with that sound that I was getting. I've got to fix that later on. We're gonna hear one of our good old Reader's Digest box sets. This was called Cocktail Piano Time: Music in an Intimate Mood. I have no idea when this was released. It might have been released in the 60s or 70s or 80s, but it works well for these demos because a lot of these songs aren't copyrighted, so don't have to worry about having my video flagged. But I'll pull out one of these vinyls and we'll test it out, and you'll get a good idea of the sound here. So let's get right on it. Okay, so I got the record ready. Before I start with the demo, I just wanted to mention that I'm gonna go ahead and put all the bass and treble right at the normal. The balance is already set up at normal. I'm only gonna have my A speakers on, which is the ones that I showed you that are the Yamahas. And any effect, I've turned it off just so that you could hear the turntable and the stylus and the cartridge straight into the amplifier. So you will get the sound that is 100% authentic. I mean, there's no effects here. I have the effects turned off. And then you're going to get about 70 watts per channel. Oh, well, I'm not going to give you the full 70 watts, but you'll get a good sound out of this, maybe around a quarter, like I have it set right here. So here we go. And then the turntable that I have, side 2, and I have this track here, and I'm not sure who the artist is or anything like that, so hopefully it'll serve our purposes for this demo. So here we go. And right off the bat, I can see that the cueing here is much smoother than the AT-LP120. So here we go. So right off the bat, you can hear just the quality of sound. This is an elliptical stylus, for those who don't know, for this Ortofon Omega. So you're getting pretty good contact on the vinyl, and I think it sounds great. Let's try a different track. So as you can see, I mean, it handles the record pretty well. And as you can see, I mean, the the wow and flutter is definitely under control because you got the strobe showing you the correct frequency there. So that's been adjusted right there with the pitch adjustment. I mean, it's a great little turntable. I mean, I'm surprised just how good it sounds. And you also got a belt drive here, which you would think wouldn't sound as good as a direct drive, but I think it does a good job of basically replicating what an AT-120 is. Unfortunately, I don't know too much about the history of these turntables. I at first thought it was a Gemini because I heard of that brand before, but this is GEM Sound. So I'm not sure what company might make this, but I definitely know that this is like a DJ table, and you got the little Statue of Liberty emblem there. I guess it's kind of like their brand icon. I mean, it works well. I mean, it's not the highest quality, but it definitely serves the purposes. I mean, if you wanted to get this, I mean, I probably would pay, you know, in good condition, probably around $100, you know, if you're lucky. I think you're getting a pretty good deal for those who wouldn't want to pay, you know, the $300 for the AT-LP120, because this is pretty nice. I mean, I think the tone arm is okay. I mean, it's not probably as good as the Audio Technica, but I mean, you're getting decent sound here. So that is my review of this turntable. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope this is helpful if you come across this turntable somewhere in the wild, just because I wasn't sure what I was getting myself into when I bought this, but luckily it paid off because I think I got a pretty good turntable here. Anyways, thank you for watching today. Take care, and I will see you at the next video. Take care.